Welcome guys to another video. Now today this is another community showcase between Dwarfs and Tomb King. Now let's introduce the Tomb King army first. So basically we have a 9 of skeletons all the way to the sunset. How many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 skeleton. It's like a alternating 9 of skeleton warriors and skeleton spears. Now these guys normally don't really stack that well against dwarves, but if you have the sheer number of 9 infantry units, you normally can basically flank, maybe attack the rear, occupy the range department, all that kind of good stuff. Alright, and now we have the blessed legion of fuck it. I always want to laugh when I introduce the names. Alright, so basically these guys are armor sundering, which is really good. Like, pay attention that you only need to shoot one volley to get the effectiveness of minus 30 armor for 10 seconds, which is pretty good. Very good stuff. And then here we have the core of the Tomb King units. Consists of two big kitties, alright? One Tomb Scorpion, and also Arkan the Black on the Chariot. Very interesting pick. Now let's see the stats on Arkan on the Chariot, because it's very rare to see that. Alright, so it appears like Arkan on the Chariot doesn't do AP damage, but he doesn't do magic attack, which is kinda nice. And you can also get the Tomb Blade of Arkan, which is like a summon skeleton warrior unit spell, which is pretty good, and you can cast that 5 times. And then you have Staff of Lagash and the Liber Mortis, which is gonna provide a juicy physical resistance. Is that Soul Blight? Yes, Soul Blight and Spirit Leech, but we'll be done. Alright, and then all the way here, Vanguard deployed, we have 2 cannon. Actually 4, there you go. So 4 cannons. So these guys are just gonna come in and muck up those range units and just basically buy time for the other units. And altogether, I really like this kind of setup, because I feel like this is a very battle tested setup, and I'm very looking forward to see how Dwarf's gonna handle this kind of list. So for our Dwarfs, we have a Rune Lord. There you go. And with only Master Rune of Wrath and Rune, which basically slows down a unit by 72% for 38 seconds, which is incredible. And then we have a front line of Longbeards, 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. These guys are very good against skeletons. They can pretty much kill an entire skeleton warriors without losing a single model. And then we have Trollhammer torpedoes. Actually, we have 3 of them. No, 4 of them. Wow. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is pretty nice. And they're all just on the edge of the other Trollhammer torpedoes, which is really optimum. And also we have Thunders. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And look at the setup. They're also just in range of each other, which is really good as well. This is like a Dwarf chess build. You just basically deploy everything in a crossfire zone, so each one of the unit got occupied, all the rest of them can just shoot in. And then I believe we have 5 miners with blasting charges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including echo miners. So basically these guys are just gonna toss those blasting charges onto the skeleton infantry, which is quite good for dwarves. Alright, let's see how this battle is gonna play out. So dwarves are actually moving in, which is pretty good, and looking for a better fire solution for everybody. So Dwarf is about to set up here, while Tomb King is basically just a good old hammer and anvil build. So basically you just want to go really wide and just flank with your units, just get 3 of them involved in the front line, but looks like it's not gonna be it. Now I just want to slow down things a little bit, because these guys and these guys probably just gonna get deleted by those blasting charges. A better way would definitely use 3 to engage those longbeards and use everybody to flank, and maybe summon another unit here to just help those longbeards while killing everybody else. But if you invest these many infantry into the pocket here and here, they're all just gonna die to the blasting charges. Not to mention those Warhammer torpedoes are actually firing already. Oh my gosh, this is a disaster. Alright, and I'm gonna slow down things. Okay, so look at how many units are occupied by those 3 longbeards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And also, as I mentioned before, like a few seconds ago, these 2 just gonna get deleted by those blasting charges. This is a disaster. This is definitely not how you want to play when you bring this many skeletons. The only reason when you want to go cheap is because you want to flank and you want to occupy the back range department, and you should never do anything like this. This is just a disaster, especially here. Like those longbeards gonna kill both of these skeleton units with ease. Oh my gosh. And then on the flank, we do have 3 more skeletons on the left flank about to push in, which is nice. But the issue here is that these guys are blobbed up together, and if those miners just gonna toss the blasting charges, these guys gonna get both deleted straight away, which is not ideal. Karens did a good job, but here 2 Karens actually got tied on 1 Thunderers, which is definitely not what you want to do. Okay, so these guys maybe got occupied with Karen, which is nice. And also I like how he put all his focus on the left flank, which is good. But see here, I don't really understand really, because maybe pure 1 skeleton to go after those Trollhammers would be ideal. There you go. This Karen is about to die to the crossfire of minor blasting charges and thunders, and the heavy hitters are coming in, which is nice. Hitters are in, and the Blessed Legion are firing at the Echo Miners. Miners are toasting those blasting charges on the skeleton warriors, which is the ideal situation for them. And all the big kids. Okay, right now this is important. Okay, so there's a slow got casted onto this guy, and then everybody is just gonna firing at him and deleting, because the new Master Rune of Wrath and Rune is just really good. It basically slows down and makes you have 0 charge bonus, I believe. See the charge bonus. 64, which is still good, but it's gonna be minus 72%. And there's another summon, which is nice, because I like the game plan. The game plan is to use your summon zombies and summon with Shaktis to occupy the back line, and at the same time just use your heavy hitters to just basically roll with it But the thing here is that because dwarves brought so many range units, and they're just gonna shoot. But here, dwarf backline is actually got occupied. It's kind of compromised, I should say. But front line is actually doing really hard for the dwarves. And then here in the center, one of the kitties already died. Already died to the crossfire, which is pretty in favor of dwarves. But still, dwarf range currently getting really compromised. Like we see actually all 4 of the Thunders got routed and pretty depleted. And Thunders, not Thunders, the Trollhammer torpedoes are still online, 4 of them, but currently 3 of them got occupied already. Which is still very good very in favor of Tomb King, in my opinion. But here, finally, all these Thunders and Trollhammers are coming back. And I believe if the second rune is gonna hit, then that big kitty is just gonna die. And the issue here for Tomb King is that you only have SEMs left. Like when you only have SEMs left against the sheer amount of dwarf infantry, you're still gonna die. And here, these guys somehow got engaged in melee against Arkan the Black. I'm not sure why, but they actually shoot into Arkan the Black like a couple of volleys before they charge in melee. And here, there's another stove. There you go. And look at the charge. It's not gonna do much, and it's pretty much really slowed. There you go. That's a pathetic charge, man. And all these Sounders is just gonna fire into that big kitty, and it's really not gonna do a lot. And Arkan the Black on a chariot doesn't have a lot of mass, and as a result of that, another kitty got killed, and that's it. That's the game. So first of all, I must say that I'm a really big fan of this kind of build. I think going heavy on Kenran is actually pretty good. I think those guys didn't do that well, and that cost a lot. Maybe just ditch that, maybe get 1 more Kenran and then get 1 more Skeletons. And I also like Skeleton heavy as well, because Tomb guys are not that good against dwarves, because they really stack poorly against heavy armored infantry. So Skeleton Spears and Skeleton Warriors are the way to go, but you don't really want to play it out like the last game, like this game. So basically, if you have so many infantry, you really outnumber your opponent, you definitely want to basically go really wide and go really deep. You don't want to stack everything in the front line and die too long, because that's the worst scenario ever. But I do like the selection of the kitties and the scorpions, and I do like Arkan the Black, and I like the game plan. But as you can see, it was close. It was by no means a walk in the park, like cutting through a batter type of game. But the thing is, look at these healthy frontline units. Like, you need to have a way to deal with them, and the way is to basically compromise the backline as fast as possible, and just basically cycle charge them. But if all your mass, which are Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spears, are gone, and then you only have like these single models, and also keep in mind that the change of the master room of wrestler room is really good. As we can see, 2 rooms, 2 deck kitties. So yeah, I think this is definitely a viable Tomb King build, and then you just need to play that well next time, and I think it'll be really good. And for dwarves, I think eumaies brought a very creative lead, and I like that all these all these range units are in range of each other, so they can actually support each other within like a crossfire. So you have a lot of tiny little kill boxes, and then you can those Trollhammers and the Thunders can pretty much all fire into the big kitties, which is a really fun games to watch. And yeah, that's it. That's about everything I got to say about this game. And awesome game. I enjoyed casting it. Hope you guys enjoyed as well. For now, Oracabos signing off.